Hey, what's up guys? Chill Kicks here with another video. Today we're looking at the Nike KD13. We've got an all white box. Kevin Durant number 7 on the top. Around the back we've got KD's signature. And on the front here we've got KD initials slash emblem kind of thing, and we've got the sticker here. So this is the KD13. So this is the 13th iteration of his shoes. Retail price is $150, but you can get these for a lot less now, probably around $100. This is the black, white, and wolf gray colorway in size 12. So let's open these guys up and take a look. Alright, so here they are out of the box. I just wanted to take a minute and say thank you to all you watching, and I also wanted to ask that if you are watching, please consider giving my channel a subscribe, a like. I really appreciate it. Helps keep things going, and hopefully it can bring you a lot more content in the future. So without further ado, they're quite similar to the 12s, and I actually have the 12s over here. A little later in the video we will do a brief comparison. So let me move this one out of the way here, and we're going to start at the outsole here. So we've got an interesting looking traction pattern. It is solid rubber, but not translucent, but it definitely has like almost like a camo effect. And I just splattered on there between the wolf gray and the black, and you've got hits of this extremely vibrant orangey. It's got a little bit of a pinkish tone in person. You've got these circles that look almost kind of like suction cups, and then you've got these pill shapes as well. This here is supposed to be the shape of the Air Zoom bag that's double stacked here. We'll get to that in a little bit. And here on this torsion plate shank is KD's signature again, like on the box, and the Nike swoosh. The outsole wraps up along the outside of the shoe a little bit. As you can see, that marbling kind of color there. And then we've got a speckled wolf gray midsole here. It's a Phylon material, and it's got this little bit of a plastic kind of clip right here, which I think helps prevent rollover. And it does have the number 7 there, which is his new jersey number. As far as cushioning setup, again, this is a Phylon carrier. It's got a full-length air strobel there, zoom air strobel with a secondary pod stuck right there. So you've got double zoom up front, which is awesome. The 12s had double stacked zoom in the heel, but most people play more on their forefoot anyway, so I think this is a much better design. However, I've not had it on my feet yet, and the 12s are super comfortable, so I can't imagine these aren't going to be the same. From there, we've got a completely textile upper. It's got this cool woven pattern to it, and it's got some overlays here with a kind of like a cloth, and then almost kind of like a sandpaper kind of finish there, just to help with abrasion resistance. And you've got a swoosh there on the toe. It is stitched here, which I also think looks pretty good, but I hope it doesn't create any kind of rubbing on the top of your toes that could potentially create irritation. The swoosh is a synthetic leather, and it actually has a bit that sticks out on the midsole here. That's speckled. You can kind of see it from there how it protrudes, and it kind of completes the swoosh. It is not stitched on this part here, as it goes over this kind of strap here that when you lace up tight, it kind of helps draw your heel into the back of the shoes there, which is good for support. These are relatively narrow shoes, so if you have wider feet, you may want to try these on. They do fit true to size for me, but I have a pretty narrow foot. You may need to go up half a size if you're wide, or maybe stay away entirely. These are definitely ones that you'll want to try on if you do have a wider foot. The back here, it's got this kind of mesh over a perforated foam with more of that orange hit, but it's behind the mesh. So it's kind of, depending on the way you're looking at it, it's almost hard to see sometimes, but I think it's a really nice accent. You do have flat laces. They are black in color, obviously. On the tongue here, it says Kevin Durant number 7, and it's got this foam stitched inside. I've heard that some people have had this rip on them as they were pulling up, so you got to be careful and make sure you pull from down here. Otherwise, I don't think it would really affect the performance of the shoe, but it might look like crap. On the inside here, again, same thing we had on the outside with this strap here kind of pulling into your heel, and you've got a swoosh that's completely stitched with this super large zigzag stitching there that I also think looks pretty good. Overall, aesthetically, they do look quite similar to the 12s, but everything has been reworked. These are lighter, and again, we'll go over a little bit more of why when we compare them directly. Inside, you've got, really hard to show that there. It says Kevin Durant, number 7, again. Air Zoom, double stacked Air Zoom system, full length Air Zoom, and 4-foot Air Zoom units. So it's kind of nice that they tell you that right in there. You don't have to kind of guess, or you're watching this, so I guess you know now. From there, we'll take a look at the other shoe briefly. Quality on these as far as construction is excellent. Materials, they're not the most premium materials ever, but they're lightweight. They feel relatively durable, and I think they will do a good job. There's nothing asymmetrical about one shoe to the other. They are completely the same. There's no different patterns on one, no different colors or anything like that. It's a pretty traditional colorway that'll go with a lot of different outfits if you're wearing them casually, but these are mostly a hoop shoe. I think you're going to want to use these on court most of the time. But they're pretty clean, so you could definitely pull them off with quite a few different looks if that's what you wanted to do with them. So let's take a look at them on feet, and when we come back, I'll give you a few impressions as well as compare them to the 12s. All right, let's check it out. Alright, so I definitely say that these are quite comfortable. Comparing them to the KD12s on feet, it's kind of hard because my 12s are really broken in and molded to my feet. I think these will get quite similar. They feel a little stiffer, but that's to be expected. I think once everything breaks in, definitely will be quite similar. They are a bit lighter due to the lack of rubber surround that the 12s have. So here are my 12s here, and I have not cleaned these up, so they look kind of messy, but here are the 12s here. They don't have, 13s do not have this rubber here that wraps around, which I kind of liked for extra kind of support, but at the same time, the Phylon that wraps around the outsole is still pretty good on the 13s. A couple of the differences here, these are pretty similar colorway. This one does have a kind of interesting purpley look pearlescent. Almost looks like a pearl to the outsole. So you'll see here, both are fairly narrow. This has the quad axial flywire, which I actually really enjoyed. This tells you a little bit. It's these strands that run through the upper that this kind of mimics in a way, but this actually is supposed to hold your feet kind of in place when you tie them up. Another thing I liked on the 12 better is the tongue material. It almost feels like a memory foam with like a, I don't know, a really loosely woven mesh over the top. And it had these interesting crackle tags front and rear here. 12th edition, 2019-2020. On the outsole, it's absolutely filthy, so I apologize. Like I said, I did not clean these up. It's got a completely different traction pattern, but one that also is not storytelling, but just kind of covers the outsole very well, wrapping up. Can't say I know how it's going to perform compared to these, but I have to imagine they'll both be pretty good. This does have the translucent rubber, which some people don't like inside, and does sometimes tend to wear away a little faster. You can see that these have cores cut out to help the phylon compress underneath the airbag, which is pretty cool. I can't say whether or not this has that for sure. You will notice here that this one has the torsion plate, where this one has nothing there that I can see. These, again, definitely heavier. They're more comfortable as of now a little bit, but I do think that's just because they are more broken in. We'll see down the line with these. These are already quite comfortable. You saw his old number 35 on there, and he switched to 7 with these this newest season. Yeah, I like them. I definitely plan on wearing them, giving them a spin on the court outside. We'll see how it goes. I appreciate everyone watching. Again, these are true to size for me, so I would recommend going true to size as long as you don't have a wide foot. If you do have a wide foot, I recommend going up half a size probably, and if you can try them on, that would be the best. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Chill Kicks out.